proud of you.
Hi, everybody.
Y'all. Welcome back. This is Knitting in Our Jeans.
Yes.
If you're new, welcome.
Yes.
So glad you found us.
Two pieces. Yes, I got it. It's okay.
I'm
Carolyn.
You're wearing. And I'm Elizabeth. If you're returning, thank you very much for coming back.
Thank you.
And
quite a glare going on.
Yeah, we have a lot of glare going on today.
A lot of glare.
My
anyway, we've been doing
shiny.
Vlogmas.
Well, we've been trying to.
Well, I've been pretty
You've
good
been very good.
You know me, focus.
If you don't see that day on YouTube, check Instagram because I am much better at getting it up on Instagram than on YouTube. Just because of the ease of upload for Instagram via the phone than versus YouTube for me at least.
Somehow I've been able to get it up into YouTube. I think it's magic, but I'm going with it.
Yes, witchcraft. We're going with it.
So anyway, we've been trying to do a number of different things with the daily Vlogmas. And I can see why people don't want to do daily vlogs because kind of like what Freakish Lemon said, that, gee, I don't think my life is that exciting. But I'm always seem to be busy. But I'm not going to be taking pictures in the dental office. That sounds a little strange.
Yeah, and I mean, I had my Christmas party on Friday, and I could have taken some video or photos.
But I think that's intrusive.
But I just, yeah.
So, and I'm not taking pictures in class, so I'm not going to show you my students. I will tell you that I have one student who's going to fail my class this semester. Flat out fail it. And he comes up to me on Friday and says, but Dr. Predmor, I love your class. And I can't wait to take it again next semester. Because up until now, I've been able to float through school just on my native abilities. And your class is one of the first classes that I've actually had to work. And the work is such that I can't make it up at the last week of the semester. But I love your class.
Well, it's a good thing he loves it.
I almost started crying because, you know, if we had had this conversation at the beginning of October, he could have passed the class. Because we've made a deal that he's going to be in my office for tutorials once a week. We will get this kid through.
Yes.
He and I. And we'll also help him figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Usually a good idea. Or at least the next 5 years.
The answer's usually within yourself. You know the answer. You really do know the answer. But it's never really been fleshed out for you. So we're going to take next semester. And we're going to help him understand himself. And we're going to help him get through international marketing, which is what he's failing. And then we're going to get him through marketing research. And he is just going to be my best friend. And he hugged me on the way out. He was so excited. I've never had anybody who's going to flat out fail my class be so charming. I wish he had come up in October. I have another one who I think is going to end up passing. He came to see me in September. And they both have some issues. And it takes effort to work through these issues. They're not dumb. They just have issues. So I think he's going to make it through, which I'm very excited about. And then I have a third one who had to have surgery in the middle of the semester. He also has issues, but he's not only overcoming the issues for the class, he's also getting through the surgery. And it was tonsils. When you're 21, it hurts like a son of a gun. And he had some sinus work, and it didn't all go necessarily well, but God love him, he has pulled through and finished all the work. And I am so impressed. So I had 3 guys, 2 of which are going to pass this semester, and 1 who's going to fail, but we're going to get him through next semester. So that to me is like major victories. I think that was my Christmas present. It really was. Yep. It was good. It was very good. What's new with you?
Nothing much. I had the Christmas party.
Right.
That was fun.
Yes. You went with our friend.
Yes, I went with Cass.
Or as she knows, won. Travel Buddy.
Yes. She actually, we have some raffles that happen at the Christmas party, and she won a drone. Which is so funny, because she's like, what am I going to do with this?
She's not scientific.
Well, no, not that you have to be scientific to have a drone, but it's not.
Well, it's
you know,
more of a tech thing.
No,
That's what I was thinking.
No,
no. All right.
It's just not something she's into.
Right.
I mean, I think of it for those sweeping shots of beaches and
I think it is
things
people
like
who
that.
are trying to peer in motel windows.
My mother always thinking of the creepers.
Well, because I had one up in Maine at the Bar Harbor Inn. We had this drone hovering up, but like at our 3rd floor balcony. Yeah, I went out and went. If you think you're going to find anything, think again. Stayed there for half an hour and then left.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Daddy is not the butt you want to see.
We weren't.
I don't think you were their target market.
I don't think so either. But I think that there was some kid who was playing with the drone and going, "Oh, look, I can actually find people in their room." So that's been my experience with drones. That was my personal experience. Yes. It snowed. So if you saw the blog yesterday,
yes.
I have all kinds of pictures of snow.
She was very excited about the snow.
Very excited about the snow because for a long time it wasn't sticking to the street. I'm a big fan of snow that lands on your grass and doesn't stick to the street. Then it starts sticking to the street. Not such a fan. But we sang the Messiah today.
We did sing the Messiah today.
Yes. So that
went very well.
It went extremely well, even though they had to cancel rehearsal yesterday because of the snow. It went very, very well. We even had a keyboard that wasn't working yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
We had someone else bring a substitute keyboard in because normally we use an electronic keyboard to sound like a harpsichord because we've tried renting.
No, we have a harpsichord.
Downstairs?
Yes.
It stays out of tune.
No. There's it lasts about 15 minutes in tune.
So it's not really good. Whereas a keyboard...
We've used it a few times, but...
The keyboard is better.
Yeah.
We've tried. So we had that today, and that takes about an hour. We had several of the high school students sing solos, which was lovely.
Yeah.
It went really, really well.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Lots of fun. So that really starts the holiday season. I need to start making lists of the birthday cards I have to get because they come up right before Christmas, and I'm going, usually a day and a half before I need to send out a card, like, oh my God, I need a card. So I have to go make a list. What do I have to do this week and get a card? So I'm working, look at this. I'm working on that hot mess that I had last week, and I ripped it all apart. So what I had done while we were sitting here, I totally took out, and I have redone it so that I plan to finish it tonight. And hopefully I can get my husband to take pictures. And then I will post it in our Ravelry group as a free pattern for the next, I guess, at least until Christmas.
At least.
Maybe until New Year's. And then what I'll do, and I'll be looking for comments because my ability to write patterns is like slim and none.
So it'll be like an unofficial test.
Right.
If you want to do like an unofficial test knit, that'd be great.
Yeah. And I decided to do something because the way I was doing the hats before with the super chunky yarn, by the time I got up to the top, it was hurting my hands. So I decided to start at the top and come down. And I kind of like what's happened with it.
I'm glad.
Yes, you don't like it.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, well. So
you're excited about it, and that's all that matters.
That's right. So anyway, I will put it up as soon as I finish the hat, and then I can count the rows. I can tell you what is in it.
Yeah, don't flip the book over.
No, I'm not going to flip the book over. I've already done that once. We have a leftover bit of Rowan Lima color.
I thought that was in the other one.
No, it's right there.
Oh.
Right there. It is.
It's legitimately 2 rows.
That's right. It's leftover from the other hat.
It's 2 rows, y'all. Two.
It's what's left over. It's just 2 rows of this. So, so there's that. And then there is a Rowan Kid Classic, which is the other part of the ball from this. So the Lima color says it's worsted, but it's cabled. So for me, it felt like sport. And the same thing with the Rowan Kid Classic is that they said it was
Aaron,
and there's no way Look at that. There is no way that that's Aaron.
I mean, what does it look like compared with the... Yeah, it's thinner than studio worsted by neighborhood.
Yeah. So
maybe
in my hands, maybe it blooms. In my hands, the way it feels in my hands is like fingering. Both of them. It might
bloom like a son of a gun.
It might. In that case, it'll be a very warm hat.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm hoping to finish this tonight because the ball went that way. All right, here it is. This is all I have left. So I plan to finish the ball. And then this was left over from the other hat. So anyway, what I've got is knitted width, super bulky. That's this part. Cotton candy, and the color is Bloom Where You Are Planted. And I really like the color. So I think of it as very much a Christmas-like hat, but it really doesn't scream Christmas.
No.
No. So anyway, I will finish knitting it and then hopefully get the pattern up. And you all can have it. At least until Christmas, maybe until New Year's.
And if anyone does want to test knit or at least read through it and let Mom know how it reads or if there are any changes that should be made for ease of use. That is a loud plane.
Yes. I did sign up for a pattern reading course from Interweave. That
pattern writing.
Pattern writing. What did I say? Pattern reading. Pattern writing course from Interweave, and I thought it was going to be online, but apparently something's being sent in the mail, so
maybe it's a DVD.
Maybe it's a DVD. So anyway, I hopefully will be better once I take the course. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on this week. So a whole hat, completely no directions, figuring out some things has taken me a lot of this week. So when I finish that, I'll write it up, and then I will go back to my dad's sweater, take out the bind off on the sleeve, and then extend it an inch. So I will get to my number 5 needles and do that. For those of you who looked at yesterday's blog and saw the mess of needles that I have, I put them all away. I coiled them up. I put them all away. It's in my case now that has all the numbers on it, which is why I like it. Still haven't found the short needles. And God knows they didn't walk out of this room. So I put them in a very safe place.
And I have even gone through it.
It's a very safe place. 5 sets of needles in a very safe, 5 circular needles in a very safe place. It's going to kill me.
I don't know. I wish it were as easy as your Messiah earlier today.
That's right.
She thought someone took her Messiah.
The score.
And I said, I kept on telling her, no, it's in your box. It's not there. It's in your box. No, it wasn't. It was in your box behind your black folder. It was there.
I thought mine was on that side.
You're this side. I'm this side. I'm on the left. You're on the right.
I thought it was opposite. Anyway, the needles are not that easy. And you saw, for any of you who saw
I have always been the left side box.
Whatever.
We share a number.
Yeah.
At church, every person gets a number, but when I started,
I
was a 10. Kiddo, and I was 10, and so I just got
12A.
Yeah, and she's 12, and so because everyone gets 2 boxes with your number under them, put all your music in.
Obviously, I have a small problem with my number. Anyway,
I have always been the left side box.
Whatever. We still can't find the needles. Is right. So I'm going to have to probably buy some more needles, which will be good for Cheryl, but not for me. They're here someplace.
And you go and buy them and you'll find them that day.
I know. Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Anyway, so I will do my dad's sleeves. And you can share what you're doing, or do you want me to go into what I'm doing my swatch of?
Why don't you talk about your swatch while I try and finish this row so I can hold it up?
So, for those of you who are in the Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting Club, you know that there are owls to be done once a term. And I'm trying to get this so that I'm not showing the directions. There we go. So, the new term starts January 1st. And that is the sweater that I'm going to propose for my History of Magic owl. It's called One Never Tires of Ribbing, and it is in 1 stitch at a time.
A Stitch in Time,
Sorry.
Volume 2.
One would think I'd been drinking, but all I've had is tea and
Vintage
coffee.
Knitting Patterns, 1930 to 1939. So it's Volume 2.
Yes, by Crawford
Or
and
59, sorry. 1930 to 1959.
by Susan Crawford and Jane Waller. And I love probably 90% of the sweaters that are in here.
You said that there's some sweaters in there that have too many bows for you. And
Yes.
I'm shocked.
Yes, there actually
I am
is.
shocked.
Do you want me?
Yes, I would like to see the
and
sweater with too many bows.
I don't like the jumper that she's got in here either, but that's neither here nor there. No, that's not bad.
No?
I'm not fond of a rippled sweater.
No, but that doesn't...
No, wait a minute. I do like ribbing.
You like it. Yeah.
I love ribbing. Ribbed there.
That's
She's
not
got
really...
bows on
okay.
the front.
Okay.
Not a fan. Over.
There you go.
There we go. Sorry. Bows on the front. I'm not a fan. I like the stripes.
Yeah. You could do it without the bows.
Yes. But that's an example of too many bows. So I already have my buttons. I went and bought my buttons at Knit. And I want to thank Cheryl for helping me find just the right button. And this is the yarn I will be doing it in. And so for my history of magic, I'm going to be referring to Beau Baton School of Magic. And I think, as most of you know, they were their uniforms were blue. And it's a very 1920s, 1930s kind of
suit that they wear.
And then this pattern is from that era. And I think really looks like a very strong woman sweater.
It's from the 1930s.
Okay.
Yes.
It'll
so
work.
it's in around that area.
Yeah.
So that is Neighborhood Fiber Co. Studio Sock in Hampton, I think?
Hamden, I think.
Hamden.
Here it is.
No,
it's Madeline Tosh.
No, it's not. It's that label right there next to the red scissors.
Yes, you're right.
Hampton.
How did this get in there? That's an errant one.
Yes, there we go.
Then I've got another skein someplace.
Oh, lovely.
I think I see it up there.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm glad you see it.
I do see it. I see it right over there.
Good.
So that's good. I had a Madeline Tosh. The Madeline Tosh is going to go right over there. We'll go with the Knitty City group. And I'm sure I can find something to do with it.
Yeah.
You can see... so I haven't done as much knitting this week as I thought it was going to get done because I've been working on 2 papers. One of which got turned in, or submitted. And the other one, I'm going to have to check my email when we get done uploading this to see if my co-author has gotten back to me. And if she has, then I will submit that either tonight or tomorrow and have that in. So that'll be nice.
Yeah.
And then I can do grades. I have finals this week. I have to make up questions for a dean search. I'll do that. So gather up all my grades, do my questions for the dean search, submit a paper, give a final, grade the finals. I can knit. I certainly can knit while I'm giving the final.
Yes.
So that'll be good. So anyway, I've started my swatch for my sweater just to check on the gauge for, what needles to use. And so I've done that. What else have I done? In frustration, when I was still looking for those needles, I worked a little bit more on my
Howl?
Yes, thank you.
And you did that in the car, too.
Yes. So I had that. And so I've got a bunch of things that I started. Plus I have that colorwork hat that's still in my bag.
It's over here.
Yep. So I'll get I'll finish my dad's sweater. I'll get some things finished off right at the pattern. And get the swatch done, take a picture, and be ready to rock and roll come January 1st, which would be great. We have New Year's Eve party here, so I will be up at 3 a.m. that I can submit my owl. Yes. And then I will only have 1 more to go, and I will have all 12 done.
Nice.
That will be very nice. And then I'll have to see whether or not I want to stay in the Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting Club. I have to say that one of the things I like about it is that it does encourage me to get hats done during the term. And those hats are the ones that I then donate to the Winthrop Hospital neonatal ward. So honestly, staying involved would not be a terrible thing. Because you don't have to do the large projects and submit them there. I could just do classes and Quidditch and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, the missions you really are freewheeling, so I could do the sweater that I want that way. What else? Oh, yesterday we were up at the knitting place in Port Washington.
I was gonna get to that.
I'm sorry. Well, then I'll stop.
Well, so first, I'm still working on my grandfather's Reverb. The
other grandfather.
Right. Well, one grandpa is getting the Gramps, and one grandfather is getting the Reverb. So it's beautiful. Look at those crunchy, crunchy cables.
Those are great.
I know, and it's such a good grandpa color.
It is. That would be fantastic.
I still can't believe it's gonna fit. It looks so small. He's small though.
He is small.
But I have separated for sleeves, and I am at. So I think I have 13 inches to go from the underarm, and I am at 3 inches.
10 inches to go.
Yep. So I'm going to. I think I'm actually going to knit through the rest of this skein, and then I will pick up and do the sleeves before I add on the next skein. So I'll do the sleeves, and then the bottom of the sweater can be also in that same color as whatever, as the sleeves. So I've gotten, this is my second half skein from the Gramps sweater. So I think I'm probably around 300 to 300 yards into it. But it's super crunchy, super, super fun to knit.
What's crunchy?
It's just, I love not
the texture.
The texture, it's just crunchy, like good.
That is a pretty
cable.
Yes,
I know. I love
that.
That is
a really pretty cable.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the sweater again?
Reverb.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like this.
Yeah, you got that for me. I have my police box at where I separated for the sleeves on the back cable. Just so that I can keep track of it in multiple different places. I did manage to lose more than a circular stitch marker though tonight.
What did you lose?
I had a large shamrock. It might be in my purse downstairs, I don't know.
We should have gone under the table.
I did, I looked, but I thought that it was only the pink one. I wasn't really looking for the bigger one. So I've been working on this a lot. And then I've also, on the subway, been working on my hat.
Oh, that is so pretty.
This is the Rainbow Trout hat. And I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. And I think I'm going to knit it to about 20 centimeters. So I am at 18. So I've got about 2 centimeters left to go.
You got an inch.
Yes, I have just under an inch. Mm-hmm. Actually, it looks more like 19 centimeters now. From top of ribbing.
Yeah, it does.
So maybe I finish this pattern, this row pattern, and then I move on and just do some decreases, because I don't really want it to be all that slouchy. Like, I want it slouchy, and I think it will be, but I don't want it to be overly slouchy, just because I feel like that will be very busy. And it's just so pretty. I really like it. I'm really happy with it.
Nice.
But it's great to work on the subway. And I worked on it at rehearsal on Thursday. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on.
How easy is that pattern?
Very easy. Very easy.
Good.
Very easy. Yeah, it's very easy.
Cool.
But I have been really trying to just work away on this sweater because it needs to be done in 2 weeks. Because they kept on reminding us all day today that Christmas is in 2 weeks. Yes, I know. Okay, great. Bye. I have to have 2 sweaters done in 2 weeks. That's cute. Grandpa's sweater isn't getting done in 2 weeks. It'll be partially done, but it's not going to be.
He's tried it on.
Yeah, this one will be, but that one will not.
Well, he's local.
Yeah.
And he did say the other grandpa's sweater should be done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I will definitely finish.
You'll finish.
I'll finish.
All
have
your
an inch to go.
Yeah.
And I'll finish this thing. So I want to finish this tonight, and then I can start that.
Yeah.
Write this pattern up. Offer it to you all. Not bad.
No.
Not bad. And the only gift I have unfigured out is Joey. And I think he's just going to get money.
Good.
Yeah, because he did not come up with anything.
So, as Mom was about to say earlier, we went to Port Washington for rehearsal yesterday.
In the snow.
And we went a little early because Mom got confused, but I was not confused. Because Stephanie from Asylum Fibers was doing a trunk show at the knitting place.
In Port
Washington. So we stopped by and said hello, and Mom fell in love with the yarn. Didn't bring it home this time because she's going to get an entire sweater quantity.
I have to email Stephanie.
Yes, you do.
But I took a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have the name. And it will be...
one of your variation sweaters?
Yes. So I'm looking at 1, 2... I've got yarn right here for the rest of them. So, And I told her that I would give her the pattern once I finished that variation. So I need to finish the Christmas knitting.
Yes.
And then I can get going on these variations.
So
yeah,
I had gone.
Oh, it's so pretty. I can't wait to show you all. So
this is the newest random fandom from Nerd Girl Yarns. It's Men in Black. And if you put it with Swooping Evil, it's perfect. Look at how nicely they go together.
So was Swooping Evil another?
This was also a random fandom, yes. From the summer, I think.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to make a So Faded cropped sweater. Because I wear a lot of high-waisted things and this would look really cute. So I either needed a green to go here or a gray, blue, or something to go up here. So I went stash diving first, and I picked out these guys. None of them really work.
None of them really sent us anywhere.
No. So when we were in the knitting place, I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, we asked for Stephanie's help.
Yes, and I asked for Stephanie's help, and I got that. Look at how glorious that is. So this is Trepidation on Funny Farm, which is her MCN. So I think that's going to be glorious. And if I decide to make it any longer, I might see if I can get this green from Krista, from Nerd Girl. But it's very funny because it's an MCN, it's a merino silk, and a sparkle. So it's gonna be an interesting sweater.
It'll be fun.
It'll look really, really pretty. So this was my only purchase. I'm very proud of myself.
Oh, I also wanted to report back on my green sweater. I washed it. It shrunk a little bit. I'm going to put it through back on a warmer temperature. But it is now fluffing like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm exuding lint. And fluff. I've gleaned it and gleaned it and gleaned it. I could glean it every half hour. And get
I don't know what it is.
No idea what has caused this. But I figure it can't hurt putting it through the wash again and through the dryer and making it perhaps seize up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I'm somewhat disappointed in the yarn for behaving like that. It's an excellent...
Is it loosely plied yarn?
Looser than this, yes.
Then that could be part of it.
Then shrinking it...
Is it looser than this?
maybe a tiny bit.
Yeah, the ply can cause
so
the pilling
felting it
the...
can help.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't like it doing that. So when I buy more yarn, I have to make sure that it's a tighter ply. It feels good. It shrunk up a little. I don't have quite so much excess sweater as I had before, so that part's good. But at the moment, it is just like exuding fluff. I mean, it's like breathing fluff. It's ridiculous.
She was sitting in the new armchair downstairs, and she got
up,
up, and then Dad came in to just go sit down, and he picked a lot of green fluff off the chair.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
I wasn't rubbing up against the chair or anything else.
No.
I was just sitting there. So, yeah, a little disappointed in the sweater. And it didn't happen the first time, but now the second time I wore it. So
I don't know.
I don't know either. But I think putting it through the wash won't be a bad idea.
No.
Yeah. So
yeah, we're pretty busily knitting away on Christmas knits, and because it's 2 weeks.
Oh, I know. I was going to talk about the idea I had for the ladies in the office.
Oh, yes.
Well, I was going to be making all these hats for the ladies in the office, and I realized that's insane. So I will have 3 hats done. I may save this hat for myself and make a little neck scarf on the order of my mother's neck scarf for somebody. So that may be the best plan. But for the ladies in the office, I have 3 ladies in the office. So what I think I'm doing is I'm going to make a bigger crocheted sock and big enough to hold the Starbucks card. So that way they'll have something that I made and they'll have something that they can use. And that's my plan. So those little, I can whip those up pretty fast. So I will do that. And hopefully give those cards to them on Wednesday. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Anything else doing exciting?
You wanted to talk about these?
Oh, yes. One of the things I noticed in our Stitch in Time books is that there's a lot of color work. And I've noticed in some of the most recent books
and
magazines, there's a lot of color work. Can you tell? Now, I would have to say, just because of my own way that I like color work, I happen to like this, I think, a little bit better. Mm-hmm. And the other, as I don't really like sweaters that come all the way up, but, I could change my mind. So this is Interweave Knits. This is Vogue Knitting. And they are both chock full.
Well, and we had already talked about the knit scene and all of the color work there. Which is so funny because we talked about all of this, and I have all these sweaters now, color work kind of sweaters, and we apparently at the office are going to be having an ugly sweater contest, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I only knit beautiful sweaters.
Look at this.
Wow.
I love that with the snowflakes. How cool is that? And it just looks like you could snuggle up and stay warm. And I'm telling you, it's cold out here now. We just pumped gas. And it was really cold.
It's cold.
Lovely men's sweater. Look at those cables. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. So just gorgeous. So what do I have? I have the Interweave Knits. Then they've got this lace poncho. Now, I have to say I'm not one for ponchos because I find that the wind whistles up my arm and all over the place. But look at this diamond cable up the front of that sweater. That is just delicious. So we've got cables, we've got color work.
I kind of love that chunky sweater in the color work.
That's gorgeous.
I kind of love that. That might have to happen. Like, I'm not loving the super chunky drop shoulder, but I'm also kind of loving...
I like the colors.
Yeah, and I love the color work. Like...
Well, we can bring it down to a different size.
I just kind of... I love it, though. It's pretty fantastic.
I'm not well, as I mentioned with this hat, and why am I making a hat pattern? I'm not a fan of chunky yarn. It hurts my hands. You saw these knee socks?
Yes. Yes, that is some clever photography there with that arm placement.
Yes. Beautiful knee socks.
Mm-hmm.
So the chunky yarn just hurts my hands to work with it. And look at this cable. Can you tell I love cables?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Very nice. And then next comes the color work. So for you who thought, where's the color work she's talking about? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Here it is. Here it is.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Now I like that better than I like this. And I really couldn't tell you why, but I do. I do. That sweater is one that I would wear. The other one I wouldn't. Maybe because this one's darker. I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you, but I do like it. And then we have colorwork mittens. Oh my God. Isn't this great? Speaking of which, I should have my Thrumda mittens done. I haven't even started them. And it's getting cold. Oh, look at this. Oh, so pretty. It's like holly leaves. Holly leaves and berries. Obviously, I like lighter colored color work. This is another one. Rather large pattern right over the chest.
That's pretty.
It is pretty. And then on this alternate stitch dictionary, that's something I don't have. Let's see. Anything else? No, that's all the patterns in here. So as you all know, I've been stash inflating. Diving, and then it's growing by leaps and bounds. And I don't need any extra encouragement. So I really need to knit through a few of these things before I start taking on something new. What did you find?
I'm just trying to figure out the something. Hold on.
Something? The gauge?
Okay, so that's about the same size as Rant from Nerd Girl.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's not bad.
No, so I'm totally not thinking about the sweater. Nope, not that I already have a ton of sweaters on the plan
needles?
or anything. On
like
the
this
plan.
One you just showed us?
Like, no, that's the one I was thinking. Oh, like that one? Yeah, I know. So, do you want to talk about the sweaters?
See, I love this one.
I know you love that one.
I love this hat.
That hat is super cute.
That hat is just adorable. Look at this. Oh, I think Rowan has, or Vogue Knitting has my number.
I like the snowflakes.
See, I'm not a big fan of snowflakes, mainly because I think they remind me of my father's Christmas sweaters when I was a kid. Speaking of men, here's a lovely sweater for him. My father has sweaters that have reindeers on them that he had when he was in high school.
And he wears with his madras, like not his madras, with his red paisley pants that the grandkids have now told him he's no longer allowed to wear.
Right.
And he gets very upset because
he loves them.
He loves them and he can still wear them. There's a few of them that are really interesting.
Yes, yes, they really are.
The OB style belts.
And then this, I like this.
That, yeah.
The sideways cable.
Yeah.
Slanted cable. Be nice when I can speak English. And then I have this. I'm not a fan of the color, but I do like
the texture.
The texture. That I think is great. I am a fan of fingering wool. Maybe sport weight. Worsted in a pinch, but not much bigger than that because it just hurts. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This may be just too cute for me.
Or you just remove the frill. I think it's a good textured sweater.
It is a very interesting texture to it. It says, following the trends for all things Victorian. It's stockinette with a brioche rib cuffs. Nice. So, I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe without the ruffle, it would be good. That's just about it here. So there's a number of really neat things in this holiday 2017 Vogue. So if you needed some kind of encouragement to go out and build your stash so you can be able to knit some of these sweaters.
There you go.
There you go. It is right. And I still keep talking about that yak that I got someplace.
Mm-hmm.
It's in one of these bags. It's in one of the whip bags. I did not lose it. I know it's in one of those whip bags.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta stop looking at other sweaters and just get things done.
Yeah. No, I know. I understand. I have that problem.
Yes. I'm gonna send a note to Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
Order that yarn.
Yeah.
And then buckle down. Finish a few things. Finish the paper.
A few things.
Well, I'll finish the paper. Finish grades. And then we're gonna be away. So we'll be away the first week and a half of January. But then we'll be back at Vogue Knitting.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And we've got some great classes on the docket for Vogue Knitting.
We do. I think mine are either in my purse or I left them on my desk. Probably left them on my desk.
Your classes?
My classes.
I
know you can. We've got Meg Swanson.
Yes, we do.
I'm very excited about that. I've known about and read about Meg Swanson for a very long time. Elizabeth Zimmerman, I think, was one of the first people I read about in Vogue Knitting magazines back when you were tiny. So early 1990s, and I bought several of her books. I even had videotapes. I don't even know where they are. We don't have a videotape machine anymore.
They'd be over there? No, I think that's one of your videos you used to show the kids for school.
No, I don't know. Errant yarn over there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But I have a couple of her books, and Meg Swanson's her daughter. So Elizabeth Zimmerman was really at the forefront of the reawakening of knitting here in the United States. And I said Meg Swanson's her daughter.
And Amy Detchen
is going to be there helping with the class. And I just can't wait. It really didn't matter what Meg was going to teach. I was going to try to take it. Absolutely.
Yep.
And then...
So that's Friday morning. And then we have full fashion shoulders on Friday afternoon. And then we have Multicolor Love with Martina Bame on Friday night. That's going to be exciting.
Fabulous.
And you're very excited about the shoulders. You were you were like, we are taking shoulders.
That's right. Because I obviously have a problem with sleeves and shoulders.
Obviously.
Yes.
And then on Saturday morning, we have Yarn 101 with Clara Parks.
This is where, if you have that yarn, what are you going to do with it? You're sitting there holding the skein in your hand going, I bought it. Now what am I going to do with it? That's what that class is all about.
And then on Saturday night, we have Seaming with John Brinegar.
Which is another person that we said, well, it doesn't really matter what he's teaching. We're just going to take the class with him.
He's great. And you wanted to up your seaming game.
Yes, I wanted to improve my seaming game.
Yes.
Yes. And Sunday morning?
We have nothing. Those are our 5 classes.
You're kidding.
No.
Is the marketplace is still open on Sunday? Well, thank God. Because we may also have an interview set up on Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
So, watch this space.
Yeah, and so we're thinking we might also have an impromptu meetup. We'll see. Keep posted. It all depends on a few other things, but we will keep you all posted.
Like the room we get, the accommodations and stuff. So we'll let you know.
We will let you know
what develops.
But I think that's it. We're a little tuckered out. We've had a weekend. I had my Christmas party on Friday, and then Saturday was the snow and trying to beat our way to rehearsal, and the Asylum Fibers trunk show. Then, eating our way back home because rehearsal was canceled. What?
Escape to the Country you found on YouTube.
Oh my God, my mother found the fact that some people have been posting some of the
I guess
episodes.
illegal copies. They're on YouTube. I love, from Freakish Lemon, I found out about this British show, this BBC show called Escape to the Country. And I love it.
You do.
I do. And Netflix only has 2014 on available. Why, I couldn't tell you. And I decided the other day just to do a search on it. And lo and behold, there's all these YouTubes on it. And I'm going, yes! And you're implying that I should feel guilty watching these things.
I'm not saying you should feel guilty.
And I don't. They're up on YouTube. I haven't done torrent or anything to download them. They're there.
Yes, they're just there.
They're just there. And so it's people who live in London and want to live out in the country. Look at that weird stuff. Look at that. I'm going to have to take that out. That's just like thinned down to nothing.
But I don't know.
See?
I know. Sometimes it happens.
Like cut. Anyway, so we've been watching those. And I love watching other people look at real estate. So anyway, if anybody has been taken Freakish Lemon's suggestion of a show to watch, and it was Escape to the Country, and you've watched all the ones, the whole season that is on Netflix, they're on YouTube. And there's at least one season where they were escaping to the continent, and they've expanded just from the counties in England to Wales and Scotland and Northern Ireland. So I've been having a ball. Elizabeth's been falling asleep, and I've been having
Apparently it snows, and all I want to do is sleep.
Yes. So
well, I did.
So anyway, that was the big news, that I found a show that it has semi-knitted references, because I found out about it from Freakish Lemon.
Yes.
So yes, look at that. That's almost down to nothing. Sorry, I have a cut in my yarn.
I didn't notice it when I was winding it. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'm just saying it's there.
Yeah.
And I can't really do a gauge swatch with that.
No.
So I'm going to have to take it out and tie it.
Yeah.
I think one more. So anyway.
Yeah. So we're a little, sorry we're not as bubbly and...
Well, I think that just I haven't had a chance to do all the knitting that I want to do.
I know.
That is part of what happens when you're a monogamous knitter.
I know.
That you only have one project to talk about instead of 16.
Yeah.
And I have to say that I am rather happier being a monogamous knitter, because I'm actually getting things done.
Oh, I understand, yes.
Which is lovely.
Yes.
So that's good.
I know.
Does anybody know what I did with that gauge checker that we've got? It's around here somewhere. Watch, I've lost that one too.
It was over here in the... I don't know where it is.
I don't know where it is either now. Obviously, there's an elf in my study that is taking all my things.
No, we know what the problem is. When we clean up, we lose shit.
Yes. Yes. Cleaning up is never a good idea.
Not for us.
Yeah, it really isn't very good. Because things are not where I had put them for a long time, and then I have no idea where they are.
Yeah.
So anyway, that, instead of rambling on,
I think we are going to weave in our ends.
Weave in some ends, and in fact, now I have some ends that will have to be woven in because I had a cut in my yarn. Anyway, thank you all for coming by and visiting. We will continue working on Vlogmas. I will continue trying to think of something interesting to say each day without just holding up what I'm knitting on and going, see, it's gotten a little bit further. I'll keep working on it, but I don't think, unless we hear a roaring bit of approval from you all, I don't know that I'll do it again, because I'm really hard-pressed to think of something.
I realize I missed Wednesday, because Wednesday was crazy.
Well,
I don't want to be doing it at work, because I work in, an office with lots of people, and,
Which is different than my walking around campus and just showing the trees, the flowers, and chirping birds. We have the creche up, the manger scene up in
maybe
school.
I'll show everyone Bryant Park and how Bryant Park is all done up for Christmas.
Yeah, you could do that.
You could.
But there's only so many times you can show Bryant Park.
Exactly.
Yes. So I'm glad we tried it.
We will complete it this year.
We will complete it.
We still might miss a few days because
such is life.
Such is life.
I just dropped a stitch here. Sorry, guys. That's not right. All right, pick it up the other way. Never mind. Just put it down.
Put it down.
Put it down.
So
anyway, we'll do it. But unless I hear from you guys that this is like a stunning success that I didn't know was happening while I was doing it, it was good to try. But we don't have small dogs, nor do we have small cats or small children that would make life truly fascinating.
Yeah, we really...
And I'm not filming my students. I mean, I had a great week, but it wasn't something that could be filmed.
Yeah, and I mean, right now I'm in meetings all the time.
That's right. Construction really hasn't started.
I can't really, show you what's going on at the office. And also when we do start construction, I don't think I can show you that either because... we're
security reasons.
Yeah, we have super high security clearance issues on the new project.
So anyway,
yeah,
we're just saying we like the weekly podcast, but for vlogging, I don't think we're that interesting.
I mean, we're interesting, but we're not daily vloggers. No, we're pretty boring. We're pretty run-of-the-mill when we're not together, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're better together.
We are.
Yeah.
We're a team.
All right. We'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.